Hey everyone, what's up? And welcome to my quick Annie support guide. So I'm going to be quickly running through what makes Annie so absurdly broken right now, just coming up to the end of the season. And I might discuss a little bit, but I'm going to mainly focus on what Season 10 looks like. Season 11, I imagine, will have good items for Annie support, but it may not be quite as disgustingly good as the current 2-item combo that most AP supports are abusing and Annie uses particularly well, although I imagine she is still going to be pretty formidable and perhaps on the balanced team's radar. So runes, just a quick rundown. Some of this comes down to a bit of preference. You can go Scorch. I prefer to go for a more scaling Annie build. I will explain a little bit more when I get into the practice tool, but this is a good combination of some early laning and shielding power and also a lot of free stats from the rune pages. Like, what more do you want? It's 3 gold. Annie doesn't perform great in lane nowadays anyway, so you want to be looking to get these little gold boosts for big power spikes in the mid game. But as I say, this is a little bit down to personal preference. I generally lean towards the more conservative, safer scaling approach. Right, so as soon as you get in the game, there are two options. One is you will probably only really see in pro level play, which is the W start. You sit in base, stack your W, and then sit in a bush or go for an invade or a level 1 play. I highly do not recommend this. It's likely, the likely situations for if you start W is you're either going to be sitting in a bush waiting for an enemy that come too early and your W is on cooldown and you don't have to stun anyway, or you stack your W and your team won't follow an invade anyway. So the fact that games start 30 seconds sooner, it was also a big nerf for that original OG Annie tactic. So the one I recommend is mostly the E start. Now you want to start pressing this before lane starts really. You want to get up maybe 3 stacks before you actually start going to lane. Let's turn these minions off a sec. Because then when you hit level 2, you want to have your stuns straight away. So that's the quick, simple level 1 tip. Now we're on to why is Annie E so good? So first off, Annie E is a shield that has a Thorn Mail and speed boost effect. Yep, really, all of that on one ability. So it was new this patch, and Annie's shield now has the same base values as Lulu's. Yes, really, people don't appreciate that, but the shield is absurd. How can you put a champion that already does fire, that does loads of good damage and utility, and give it a shield same as Lulu's? Obviously it doesn't have the help picks part, but it has a movement speed, which is one of the most valuable stats in the game. This is such a versatile ability now. You can put it on anyone, your jungler in the mid game, and they're going to catch people and CC them, or just chasing people down. That's like such a powerful ability. Escaping, movement speed is never bad. And then there's the Form Mail effect as well. What the Form Mail effect is you're going to go to lane, and you'll probably see this more when I show the full video clip, but you put your shield on, auto-attack the enemy. If they auto-attack you back, they've lost the trade. I mean, they're losing the trade anyway. You've got the movement speed to go up to them, auto them, and if they auto you back, they probably won't have broken the shield. Their only option to actually start winning trades is to either have another ranged champion that can trade back efficiently. Like, if you trade all the time into Janna doing auto W auto, or maybe a Kai'Sa who's going to Q auto you back, you will lose trades, but in the majority of matchups, if you play safely with your ADC properly, this is a fairly safe and low counterplay tool to win lane. Now, you do have very low base stats, so tank supports are more dangerous, that are going to all-in you. So, we're on to the build and build order. First off, level 9. You want to max your shield, basically. That's pretty simple. And then Q next, and obviously your ultimate when you can. So this is your base value of the shield, it's pretty big, and your first items are going to be Holy Grail, Queen's Holy Grail, and Ardent. Now you don't go Ardent first for the simple reason that Ardent is a scaling passive, and Grail is absurdly broken as a rush item right now. With the new season, this will definitely change, because I think Grail is being deleted completely, so you've got absolutely no chance to change your thing there, but there you go. And this is how strong your shield is in the mid game. The test dummies are a sort of mediocre example because they've got 1000 health, but look at this. This is while also playing Annie. I haven't talked too much about Annie the champion because really you should know what Annie does by now. If you're an experienced League of Legends player, Annie walks up to you and one-shots you. And the thing about Annie is her base damages and AP scalings are high enough that with this build, you're still one-shotting people, or at least 80%ing an ADC's health solo, and that's while maxing your shield. Again, you want to look to the full game for this in action, but in reality, if someone walks into range of Annie, they're going to die. Her weakness is her mobility, which the shield movement speed helps make up for a bit, and she's very flash reliant. But if you're in range of Annie, you're dying, and what this Grail Athene's combo does is it gives you a strong amount of AP. After 2 items, you're going to be roughly keeping up with a mid laner on AP efficiency. After that, you sort of fall off a little bit unless you get fed, but you're still a support role, so bringing that level of damage, a mid laner's level of damage from the support role, is a huge bonus. And you want to go Sork Shoes when you can, but I've got this rune, so I can't actually pick it here. So I'm struggling to think of what else really needs to go into talking about Annie, because it's simple, count to 4. I don't want to go too much into really basic Annie mechanics, and you can watch the full video for the trading patterns, but I guess the one thing you should know is press R on someone and then flash towards it, because then you instant cast the ult. Some people don't do that on Annie, but it's really simple stuff, really. That is an Annie mechanic that's been in place for 10 years. So I think we're pretty much ready to go into the game. In terms of items after that, I haven't mentioned too much about it, because most of the time it will never be relevant, because you're on support. But generally, my preference is Liandry's next, because it works with Tibber's Burn and then a Void Staff. You'll have your boots and item slot finishing there, but you can consider other things. I wouldn't consider Redemption or Shirelia's or the other pure support items, because although your shield is there, it's also got good AP scaling, and all the rest of Annie's kit scales on AP for massive damage, so you could, if you really wanted to, you could probably get away with Shirelia's, but why bother? Just do more damage. Damage is good. CC is the best def. Def is the best CC. Completely got that the wrong way around there, but there you go. You could probably get away with Def Cap or situationally on Morello's if you really need the grievous wounds, but I would really prefer you got your teammate to buy an Executioner's Calling before going all the way to Morello's on support, especially as a non-rush item. Let's show this mechanic one more time. There we go. And you'll note that Athene's Grail is giving your allies healing now as well. So this shield just keeps scaling throughout the game. You're gathering Storm as well. It's massive. So yeah, I think I have extensively covered pretty much everything to do with Annie support. And the main takeaway is Annie support has as good shield values as Lulu, which you should know is heavily based around the shield, especially for... I mean, it's not entirely based on the shield. Annie does have weaknesses. Her CC is not guaranteed, so it's really good for engage, but it's not so good for peel, which is just a reality you have to live with, but it's definitely worth the trade-off for still doing absolutely huge damage on a support budget, while still providing the incredible utility of a movement speed shield. It's a 4 med as well, like this is doing like 170-ish damage to everyone who attacks your target. That adds up, especially on support value. Anyway, I'm going to get into the actual game now, and if you've got any more questions, ask them in the comments, and have fun abusing Annie support for a bit. Okay, let's go. We are playing Annie Kaiser versus Ezreal Yumi. So, this matchup is actually pretty good for me, because I may have explained it a bit more in the intro, but Annie isn't as good in lane as she used to be. When you think of Annie support, and you think back to maybe Season 3 or something, Annie used to be a bit of a lane bully, and although she's got her attack range back, and she can do okay in lane, really with your Emacs, you want to get out of lane, you want to start getting skirmishes, you want to get to level 6 before you can actually all-in people. From experience, I found Annie really loses most hard all-ins, especially versus tank supports, well, actually definitely versus tank supports. Just go stack C up a bit, doesn't make too much of a difference, but I want the stun for level 2. But what this means is that Some people still remember Annie from early seasons and think they have to play really safe versus her. And in those cases, you can abuse it, but it can be a little tough in the early game. But fortunately, you scale. So this is generally a pretty good lane for me. Ezreal Yumi will poke you, which is annoying, admittedly, because you have no real sustain beyond the shield, but it's really not too bad. So I'll probably show it in a second, but the nice thing about any shield is it procs mana flow band if you get attacked, so it's an okay ability to take level 1. You just want to auto them, and if they auto you back in a trade, you just win. Although Ezreal Yumi sort of turns that bit on its head, because Yumi will just never leave the frickin' Ezreal. Trying to abuse Annie's range is harder than you would think, even though it is in theory high. Her auto attack animation is so slow that it's tough. I thought it was going for the wave there. I could have shielded. There we go, that's more like the trade I want. I didn't have the shield, I should have put E down earlier. That would have been a very good trade if I'd had the stun. Also lets you take a bit of minion aggro, because you can shield the minion damage. If they don't punish you with the shield's cooldown and you're only trading your shields up, you're probably going to start winning the lane eventually. Shield is also pretty low mana cost. But they did double it. They used to be 20 before they actually give you a shield, the Annie, but it's actually a proper ability now. So I'm actually going to put 2 points in the shield so I can keep doing that poke trading, because there's not really going to be a chance to all in. I'll use my W here. There's a Fiesta going on top. I just had to pray my team comes up on top. Nice. Clearly outplayed the enemy bot lane here by having my team winning. I can bait an Ezreal Q. Right, where the fuck did Yumi go? Did Yumi base? That's greedy. I don't care too much, but a bit strange. She did sort of get a free recall, but she can't have much of value, and she still had all her potions. Oh, I messed that up. Still got most of the shield value, but I didn't get the mana flow proc. Yep, I wanted my tribute stats. That was a bit greedy, I probably should have moved quicker. Oh, I do not like this. That was messy. Trying to move back just as I wanted to move forward, so I didn't get the full value off my flash there. But that's okay. We still came out ahead, although the Shen was not wasted Shen out. That's fine. Now I'm just going to go with the early Chalice. I prefer to get the Codex first, but I'm not going to wait around for 50 more gold just sitting in base doing nothing. That's not like the Chalice is a bad first item. Just no CDR. Or AP obviously, but that's less important. Small things, so the jungle up takes some damage, although fairly irrelevant on Lee Sin as he would have sustained it up. So what has Ezreal got? Ezreal has the pickaxe. I would be able to bully him super hard if he bought tier, but he's not completely giving it the lane. So yeah, these are good trades. If I'm not punished for every time I go in, I will eventually burn people down. Well, not anymore because Yuumi has the sustain, but there we go, that's what I want. Mana flow proc. Extra damage. It's not going to be game changing, but really all we need to do is survive. Ooh, that's... Trying to protect my jungler here. No, Kai'Sa needs to know to play around my shield. We don't want that. Any shield does get super low cooldown, but it's still pretty weak until you get 3 or 4 points in, I'd say. That's when she starts to be really good. Auto poke is becoming a little irrelevant now, beyond just being a spell thief stack, but it's still a spell thief stack. Stop chasing me, can we? The reason Annie Shield is so disgusting is the movement speed as well. Alright, we get that. So I'm almost close to 6. It's going to be a little harder. I can't like one-shot an Ezreal Yuumi, unlike most lanes. A lot of lanes, when you get 6, you can just blow up the ADC, but it's a little harder versus Yuumi. Yeah, these are not good trades because Yuumi's going to heal it back up. Annoying. We want a base here. Stand over that because I'm sure Ezreal will try to stop my base. I might as well grab another Fairy Charm. Still want to be building towards that big Grail power spike. My Kai'Sa built a tier, which is fine, but means if Ezreal comes back for Sheen, we'll be significantly behind in lane power. But it's hard to say you outscale a Yuumi, but we definitely have a much stronger mid-game power spike. It's going to take a long time for Yuumi to be stronger than me. Like, Annie also scales well, but Yuumi's probably better in like a 30-minute game or something. I'm going to be hitting a major power spike at 6 soon. That's what I'm looking for. That's when I'll start making those big plays. My flash will be up as well. I'll try maybe roam mid, or we want to force fight around the next dragon. Okay, he's got the same items. If I can bait an Ezreal Q out just to give him a mana flow prop, but no, he's not going to fall for it. This is a fairly sleepy lane, but again, as I've said many times, that's fine. My team's winning. There's no need to force anything anywhere. Like, I can maybe look to move up to fight Zed, but at the moment they're just giving us plates and giving us free pressure. I'm going to try and get some deeper vision down. Oh, okay. Flash Tibbers is pretty much impossible to avoid. Ezreal still had his flash up, but you can't beat any Tibbers flash. Important is to put Tibbers is to press R first and then flash. It's a small thing, but means there's 0 time to react at all. No, I don't want to dive that. She has ult. If Lee came down, we could dive the Yuumi, but it's too late now. Think about it. Ah, this is a fucking mess. Okay. We got away with that. I shouldn't have wasted my stun. Clear the minion wave. I was just trying to push it in faster, but really I should have just kept it. Oh, this is not good. Open bot, go end ASAP. Okay, this doesn't really show off much of Andy's power. Maybe they'll still keep playing, but this was mostly just a free game. Didn't really matter what I did. Oh well. I may still upload this because I'm busy spamming leagues in RuneScape at the moment, so I'm not sure how many full games I have time to record in terms of just playing support and rank right now. But I think I've explained what I'm doing well enough to show you what Annie is able to do. I mean, it's not hard for me to go and spam Annie in like a silver game or something and show you 100 one-shots of Annie flash ult, but that's not strategically useful. It's just me shitting on bad players, which has its own YouTube audience, and I'm not above that, but maybe not in this video. So, try and get vision up. Kha'Zix is gonna want his red buff. Oh, there he is. Did he get it? No, he got it. Oh. Fuck. Okay. That's I thought Kha'Zix's E would have been down, but that was just me not paying attention to cooldowns, because there's no way it was up again. I just didn't. I thought he jumped away already, but he clearly didn't. It's fine. I'm not going to get punished for that mistake. So shove it in. Tibbers is very good at shoving waves. Okay. Calm down. Are they just giving up? I don't know. I don't think they're even trying to catch me though. And that's just them giving up because the score's 1-12 and Ezreal's gone AFK. Yeah, I'm probably still going to upload this video because I think I've talked through a lot of what I was doing, and this would still apply for games where it wasn't just over. I think set up the good counter engage when I went to ward and flashed back down, showed you what the flash tibbers can do. Shen is not having much fun, but whatever, he's the top laner. They don't really count. There we go. It's still Annie. It may be Emax Annie support, but if you face check Annie, you're gonna die. And that's what the real difference maker between Annie and like Lulu or Janna is. Lulu or Janna would lightly tickle you if you walked into them like that, and Annie will just one-shot you, while still being better at shielding in some cases, well, in a lot of cases than those champions. So, pretty crazy how unbalanced Annie is right now. Or probably not enough to take on Diana right there. AP check. Their mid lane is behind, but I'm keeping up roughly with the AP on their mid. Although it's a really hard game to properly judge. Grail is just so overpowered. I'm sad they're removing it, and also glad they're finally removing it. There might be some reason to buy anything else from the support role. Ooh, not sure I like this. My Diana died. That's a fucking mess. I'm just gonna recall. I've got sock shoes. So you want to get Ardent, but there's no real rush on Ardent unless you're for some reason playing with like Cogmore or Twitch. Ardent scales with your levels, so it's okay to just leave it for a bit. trying to think of what else I can talk about with Annie's support. It's a fairly simple pick. I have covered the main things about auto attack range and trading in lane. Yeah, it's just Annie. Annie is one of the simplest champions in the game, but at the moment I think is one of the most powerful. They took a fairly balanced champion, if a little underpowered on the support role, gave her one of the best shields in the game, and didn't take away any of her damage. So she's just ridiculous. Look at that shield, it's massive! This is on a champion that can one-shot you. Just give ridiculous sized shields to everyone. That also gives movement speed. Like, movement speed is one of the best stats in the game. Get me out of that. I would prefer to save my flashes for the flash tibbers, but no point feeding them. This shield is just huge for... I'm maxing it, and what value is it? It's like 291 shield on a 7-second cooldown at 17 minutes. That is back-breaking for a lot of teams and assassins to try and get through. Like, I know that's what a support role does, but people still don't appreciate that's what Annie's does now. Which is, they're still only looking out for the one-shot flash tippers plays, while not respecting that you're probably not going to win a team fight if you're not dealing with Annie. I'm calling it now. Something is going to have to change on Annie's balance. She's putting up absurd win rates with the shield max as well. It's closing in on like 56%, which is really unreasonable for how easy... Well, I suppose it's kind of reasonable because Annie's very easy to play, but it's still hard to say it's healthy. Bye-bye, Kha'Zix. This is just clean. There's not really much to learn in the remainder of this game. This is just a messy mid-diamond fiesta, people flaming each other. But I'm trying to see what else I can cover in terms of Annie's gameplay, because I'm probably going to record this one video, like I said, rather than spamming clips where... You got your one clip of me standing in a bush and killing Kha'Zix. If Annie's ahead, she does that to everyone. You really don't need a video explaining that. If I'm like 2,000 gold more than I have right now, I have Ardent, and I build Leandri's third. I'm still not sure on that, and I can't build the Furycraft too hard because items are getting reworked soon, but that's mainly my plan. You want your 2 core supportish items, then just build AP, which seems to work fine for the most part. Hello, Diana. She's got rid of Aegis. She is a little tanky. I'm not feeling confident enough just to walk up to her. Big shield. Oh boy. So, Ezreal ult almost stole that. No one was expecting the Ezreal ult from the AFK Ezreal. Sneaky. The real genius player is trying to time my shield so you steal last hits. Haha, oops, I was shielding you, thanks for the cannon. Small reminder that you probably know how Annie works, but if you last hit or something, your Q goes on cooldown. So situationally, stealing a few last hits to get a quicker stun passive up is okay. Let's just cheese the Red Bull, might as well. Is he gonna walk down? Sure, he's probably gonna walk into this. Kinda mean because it's an AFK game, but whatever. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Oh, what? He's not gonna come! Okay. Oh, I was sure they would have died. There you go. There's really not too much high IQ gameplay to get done here. Ooh, let's watch out with Diana. Oh no, we're all dead. Fuck. It doesn't really matter. I would have played that more carefully and given more respect if it wasn't just an open game. Well, 45. Probably need Grievous Wounds on our team for the Yuumi, but again, we can probably just burst through it. We're so far ahead. If this turns into a 30+ minute game just because no one can kill Yuumi, then I will admit my mistake, but I can't bother trying to get my team to buy it. I'll ping it once so no one can blame that I didn't tell them. Ah, I died, but I wasn't really deaf again. Got the Ardent now, so pretty much max power in terms of the Annie support, and then I'm only going to get slightly stronger with the low income that I'm getting at the moment. I start building more damage. Really, I want to go Liandry's on this because Liandry's is the most damage I can get without actually building for it. Like if people sit in Tibbers, they're going to just lose eventually if you've got Liandry's burning them. And people always ignore Tibbers and just think, oh, the stun's done and he's not doing anything more. And they take like 50% of their team's health just from the burn. Yeah, got him. That's what I mean about always using the Q when you can, because it's targeted. They can't avoid that. If I've thrown it out, they're getting stunned. Oh shit. Oh, okay. I'm greedy for my KDA. I could probably stand around shielding people. Be a bit more efficient in ending, but I don't care too much about that. Since it's a one game. Maybe I should have done. Oh well. Fuck 'em. I don't want to die. But I would definitely be trading my life to get a few extra shields off, which would be acceptable in theory if we got the game for it, but that's what we need. Right, I'll see if I can show off the flash and he's done again. Not that it's a complicated mechanic. That shield is huge, it's so ridiculous. Look at that. This is on a champ that will also one-shot anyone who gets in range of me. Such a joke. Okay, we are playing this extremely safe. It's fine by me in solo queue. No need to try and go too hard to end and then throw. Although this game was really over 15 minutes ago. I reckon I can kill Rumble. Yeah, I've got the dragon, so I can kill Rumble. Haha, support. Ooh, that could have been nasty if Diana did get the 5-man ult off, but yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Right, nice. I think that showed off what Annie was doing, even if it wasn't the highest quality overall game with Ezreal going AFK. But there we go. Thanks for watching.